Hey guys, so I haven't made a video about XRP in a couple of days or so, simply because, there really isn't anything going on with XRP at the moment. It's just dead. I had a quick look at YouTube and, there are still hundreds of videos a day about XRP going to the moon and boom, just in, blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing going on, man. I don't know how or where people find this content to make videos about, but I can't find anything. There was a meeting that happened on the 30th of November, yesterday, but that wasn't really anything to do specifically with XRP or Ripple. There's a lot of content farming on Twitter about that, saying that there's going to be a settlement, yada, yada, yada. Of course, it's now the 1st of January, there's no settlement. So we moved on to the next topic. So honestly, I can't find anything of interest. I'm sure there's stuff going on in the background that I don't know about, but it's nothing that we don't already know or that videos haven't already been made about. This is Ripple's official social media on X, and it's just basically sharing old stuff, partnerships, and things that we already know. Recapping on what happened in Dubai. There's this one new thing which is quite cool. I mean, Ripple basically got nominated as one of the best workplaces for parents in 2023, which is quite good if you work at Ripple. That's nothing to do with XRP per se. That's just Ripple, the company. But, it's still good news nonetheless that, they're not a sweatshop, so to say. There was also something quite cool. Sweatcoin. Let me back up a little bit here. So Sweatcoin. If you don't already know Sweatcoin, a lot of people use this already. If you are like me and you like to walk, I do daily walks. I don't use Sweatcoin, by the way. I don't know why I don't. If I had been using Sweatcoin since it started, I'd probably be a millionaire now, because I remember when it was like launching and I was walking every day. I could have amassed some serious tokens, but I just never used it. There's another one called Actifit that I also dabbled with a little bit, but I never really really got into these sort of move to earn type tokens. But I think, there's potential in them, by the way. So Sweatcoin, Actifit, I think they have a bright future, especially now we're moving into January. There's going to be a bit of interest in some of these tokens, some of these socios, all these move to earn type tokens, because of the exercise stuff that people are going to be pushing on social media, all the, people that want to lose weight, get fit, all the New Year's resolutions, folks. So that probably going to be interesting next month. Anyhow, so nothing much going on with XRP. Bitcoin, though, has caught a bit of fire. If you look at Bitcoin, it achieved a yearly high today. It went to about 38.999 on Binance, or here on CoinGecko is showing 38.899. But I saw 38.99999. There must have been a massive sell wall at $39,000, which is why a lot of people probably put their orders just underneath that. So, 38.99999 on Binance anyway. So the reason for this, actually, I've been looking around. I watched a whole bunch of videos and I read a few articles. And apparently there is a singular whale that has been accumulating the heck out of Bitcoin in the last few days, which is why we've seen this sudden, let me set it to 7 days. You see this sudden rise. It's not sudden, but this general rise in the price of Bitcoin. There's this one whale that's been accumulating like crazy at this price, which kind of suggests that they know something is going to happen. People have speculated that this whale is in fact one of the organizations that is going to be offering a Bitcoin spot ETF, because they, of course, have to seed their ETF, which means they have to buy Bitcoin. And it appears that, well, for whatever reason, this whale or this organization is choosing to buy on the market rather than OTC like they would normally do. Perhaps we're running out of Bitcoin and the liquidity is starting to dry up. I wouldn't be surprised with people like JP Morgan and BlackRock getting involved, and miners are not selling. They're kind of hodling their Bitcoin. So you can imagine we're probably starting to run out of available Bitcoin for institutions. Also, where we are now, everyone's anticipating a massive run in Bitcoin. So a lot of people are holding on to their Bitcoin, not selling. So that might be it. So another thing I was looking at when I was looking down the charts is our friend Stellar. I looked at it, I was like, it's on a little bit of a green day. So I clicked on it and I was just like investigating Stellar generally, because I've been looking actually into Stellar a little bit more these days, because again, anytime I look into XRP, I watch a video, read an article, XLM is mentioned somewhere. So I've been researching it quite a lot. And one thing that I noticed was that they didn't have an all-time high in 2021 either. So just like XRP, they are quite far down. They're 86% down. I was quite shocked to see that. I was expecting a little bit better than that. But they're 86% down, and their all-time high was almost 6 years ago. So that's 2 cycles ago almost. So they didn't achieve an all-time high in 2021 either, just like XRP. But one wonders why, because obviously they weren't being sued by the SEC at the time. Perhaps organizations and people basically just associated the two coins together. So even though they weren't delisted like XRP was, or to any of my knowledge, people maybe just stayed away from that coin. Maybe the bad image of XRP at the time just tainted all the other X coins, as people like to call them. And I was looking around at, Stellar's efforts. Like I did a video like a month ago or so now, comparing XLM and XRP. And I was saying in that video that they've kind of changed direction. So Stellar has completely moved away, not completely, but they've kind of refocused themselves and repositioned themselves to be a more humanitarian coin to target the individual. Even though the technology is similar with XRP, I think XRP has just grown really, really large compared to Stellar, both in market cap and in worldwide reach. So Ripple, the company, it just has its tentacles all over the place, and with people in high places, with governments and banks and all sorts of things. That I don't think that Stellar Development, what was it called again? Stellar Development Fund, or whatever it is, that organization that deals with XLM, has the same level of reach. It appears also that they made a lot of partnerships about 5 years ago with the likes of IBM and companies that large. And IBM actually issued out a whole bunch of stable coins that companies could use on the blockchain, or at least on an experimental basis. And then IBM parted ways with them. And that might have been a catalyst to the price plummeting, because there was a kind of a massive crash in XLM and it's just never recovered really since then. But with the recent buzz and the rebranding of XLM, they have a massive, massive upside, actually. Now, in the next bull market, right, when XRP runs like crazy, it's going to pull up XLM regardless of what XLM is doing, right? Just because of the name association and the whole sort of borderless payments, CBDCs, tokenization, etc. Another thing that I realized about XLM is actually the tokenization technology on the Stellar blockchain, right, is probably even a little bit more efficient than XRP's tokenization, because of the way that the Stellar blockchain works and how it deals with currencies. So, for instance, when you transfer money, when you send money on the Stellar blockchain, you have to tokenize your currency. So, when I send pounds, to be able to use the Stellar blockchain to sell pounds, I need to take my pounds and I need to tokenize them into Stellar pounds, right? Stellar dollars. And it is the Stellar dollars, Stellar pounds, tokenized currency that gets sent across and traded with the tokenized version of whatever the person is receiving the money in. Now, if they're receiving it in the same currency, then there's no trade that happens. It's just a direct send. But if there is a change in currency, then what XLM does is it saves the exchange rate, it saves you in time, and it saves you in fees. What the Lumens token does, though, is it's used to pay for the fees, the said fees in transactions, which are extremely low and very, very efficient. So it's a really efficient system, actually. And it is more poised, actually, to begin tokenizing stuff, perhaps even more than XRP is. So, for instance, the same technology that is used to tokenize the currencies when you send them, it's the same technology that's used to tokenize anything. So tokenize gold, silver, you can tokenize your house, your car in the same exact process. So the system is ready for tokenization. So when that starts to happen, I think XLM is going to take a good chunk of the tokenization market, actually, because they're ready for it. But the only thing that I found a little bit lacking with the whole Stellar ecosystem is the outreach. The community is slightly weaker than XRP community. It is possible that the reason being is that some of the community members overlap. So a lot of people that are in the XRP community are also in the XLM or Stellar community, whatever you want to call it. They've got this galactic talk thing, which is sort of like a forum, like a website for discussing amongst themselves, the community. You can see the titles, topics on this side. Anchors. By the way, anchors are third-party companies that serve as bridges between the tokenized stuff and Stellar, as far as I remember while I was doing my research. So it's not very active. It's not like the XRP army, man. It just seems to be a little bit dead. Look at this. This is from 2021, 2022. There doesn't seem to be anything past June of 2022. Seems like this whole thing has just been abandoned, right? If you go to all discussions, dead. There's also a Medium blog. Like, a blog on Medium is a blog on Medium. Not many people have got Medium accounts. I don't have a Medium account. I know you can read Medium posts without having an account, but I can't interact with any of it because I have to set up an account, which I don't have. And it's just like, how much traffic do they get on this? And it doesn't encourage actual engagement. Of course, they have, Facebook, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Slack, and what have you. But it's just the community doesn't seem as vibrant as it should be. The website, though, it kicks the behind of anything. Well, not anything, but it's one of the top 3 blockchain-based websites I've seen in this whole field. It's better than Ripple's website. It's better than, anything else, right? It's just clean and beautiful. And it's got a lot of information, really showcases what they're doing. But the community needs to step their game up, right? To get, the word out about this amazing ecosystem. But I think that, again, like I said before, a lot of it might just be because the communities are interwoven with XRP. So that having been said, I'm still considering jumping in at this price because, man, that's 12 cents. That is a good price. Even now that it's pumped slightly, if you see in the past 14 days or so, it's been relatively flat, I guess. But like that would have been a great point. I've grabbed some when it was 11.5 cents. But it's been kind of like flat and declining somewhat. It hasn't done any recent ridiculous pumps or anything. It's been sort of similar to XRP, I guess. So the upside of this token, though, if you're going by traditional market cap measurements, appears to be maybe even a little bit higher than XRP in terms of market cap gains, whatever. But as a lot of people have pointed out, market cap doesn't really seem to matter much when it comes to how far XRP can shoot up. So yeah, I think it's a worthy token to embrace for a little bit of diversification. Even though I don't think that's much diversification, since XRP and XLM seems to sort of hold each other's hands and move in tandem. Same technology, same sort of genre of crypto. So it's not true diversification, but at least it's a kind of a hedge when you're considering who's going to take over the cross-border payments thing. Not financial advice, just me having a bit of a chat with you guys tonight. Take care of yourself and do your own research. Peace.